Matt Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Getting toward the end of the week here. Jam-packed show that'll send us into the weekend properly. Of course, that's a little premature because we're not quite there yet. But a lot to talk about today. All kinds of course, vaccines and virus talk and mandates. Not to mention, still some lingering fraud in the election to deal with. Even though the date is very late. The hour is late. And I don't know what's going to happen with this, but yesterday, 17 states joined the Texas lawsuit against the 4 states that changed all the rules, which you can't do, but they did. And so you would think that the Supreme Court would take that on because it's clearly unconstitutional, clearly violates the Equal Protection Clause, and we'll see what happens.
I mean, it's a long shot, right?
Yep. Everything's been a long shot.
Got to try.
Have to try it. But the safe harbor date has now passed, so there's that as well. Coming up in just 4 days. Yeah, Monday is the day that the electors place their votes, and that becomes official. So, yeah, the time is growing short, and hopefully something will happen here at the last minute. We'll see. But at least they've certainly tried to do this and tried to make sure that Americans can believe in a presidential election still, because I think a lot of us pretty disillusioned about it and pretty skeptical that American elections are free and fair. Did you ever think that we'd get to this point just a few years ago? No, absolutely. For me, at least, absolutely not. We used to. Is it in the early? Maybe it was in the early 2000s, or like maybe the mid 2000s, where there was some Democrats calling for the UN to oversee the election. I think it was the.
You do that every 4 years, I believe.
Was it the 2004 election? But I was so pissed off because this is America. Mm-hmm. You don't have the UN come oversee. We're the ones who go oversee elections for other people. Venezuela, Cuba. We're the ones that do that because we got this thing down. It was so insulting and so ridiculous a thought. And now
you're like,
now we're like, hey, maybe we need some, observers here.
Yeah. In fact, you and I are in the same mindset, because I remember I just looked this up while you were saying this. Back on November 8th, I tweeted out, on second thought, maybe having the UN observe American elections wasn't such a bad idea after all. Because you and I are the same mindset. It's like, are we not capable of integrity in our election systems? Because it sure feels
embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. It's humiliating.
Now, do we honestly think the UN's going to do a good job?
No, we don't.
But the point is,
somebody
needs to watch
help
us.
Hey, we get a bunch of Venezuelans up here to oversee it.
Well, I don't know. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
Get the intergalactic.
That's true, because the Dominion machines came from Venezuela.
Yeah, this was how Hugo Chavez ensured his legacy and his power was maintained. But maybe that intergalactic group that you talked about yesterday.
Right, the Galactic Federation.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe they could oversee the elections. This would be a good time to show themselves and say, hey, we're conscientious objectors in all of your wars here and stuff, but we'll oversee your election process. We've got some pretty good experience with that. I'd say yes. Go ahead. Yeah, let's have it. Oh, by the way, welcome back, Keith Malinak. You might have noticed he's not at his house today.
Yeah.
It's actually in studio. First time in over 3 weeks.
November 18th was the last time I was in this building.
And all it took, November 18th. Wow. That's going on a month.
22 days.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Did you miss me?
Oh, desperately. I wept. I wept.
Really?
Yeah, I cried myself to sleep almost every night.
You should have called me.
Almost every night.
I could have.
That would have made it worse, Keith, because then it would have been, well, I'm talking to you, but I know you can't be there. And then
but I could have read you a bedtime story or
we just made lullabies. It so difficult. So
I didn't realize you were suffering.
Yeah.
I'm so
my gosh.
sorry.
My gosh.
Wow.
Every night, cried myself to sleep.
Every night? Because I wasn't here?
It's embarrassing. My kids were like, Dad, man up. And I'm like, I can't. I can't.
That's man of you to admit that.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I didn't realize I had that effect on you.
Yeah, you sure do. Sure do. So welcome back anyway. All it took was 4 negative tests to get back in the saddle again. That's not bad.
I mean, that's all it took.
That's all it took. 4. And you might notice he's still got some nasal congestion. You might think, well, he got it right before he came. And no, it's apparently allergies.
It's so warm here now.
Oh my gosh, it was 80 yesterday. 80 in DFW on December 9th. Stop it.
Yeah, it is possible to get sick with something other than the coronavirus. That is still a thing.
That is a thing, yeah.
There are allergies. There's seasonal allergies. There's hay fever, stuff like that.
Are you sure, though? Really? You can have a different sickness?
No, you're right. COVID is like Godzilla. It's destroyed every other
everything
illness possible.
All right, let me take a minute and tell you about iTarget Pro. This year has reminded us of a lot of stuff, like how important it is to look after and protect the ones we love. So this Christmas season, give the gift of safety, accuracy, and self-defense. Give them iTarget Pro. When the government can't or won't protect your family, self-defense is your only option. But most of us don't have time to constantly or consistently train. Plus, the ammo situation. It's really expensive, and it's really hard to find any ammo in stock. That's why iTarget Pro was invented. Using their proprietary app and laser bullet instead of the actual bullet, you can now train safely in the convenience of your own home with your actual firearm. So you just replace the bullet with the laser bullet, and it shows you where the shots land on the target. And, of course, it makes the training inside your house completely safe.
Seriously, a great Christmas gift, especially if we're all going to be on lockdown for the foreseeable future.
That's for sure. And it comes in all the major calibers, including .223 and .556, so you can stay sharp with almost anything. Today, you can also save 10% plus get free shipping when you use the offer code PAT at checkout. When you go to itargetpro.com. This season, this Christmas season, give the gift that's a definite bullseye. That's the letter I, then targetpro.com. itargetpro.com, offer code PAT.
And there were in the same country shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them. And the glory of the Lord shone round about them. And they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not. For behold, I bring you tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. Ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right. So, COVID has really taken over our entire culture, our entire civilization, to the point where this museum has adjusted their traditional nativity scene to fit the time period that we're in. Check this out.
Oh, is it Spain, huh?
Yeah, so in Spain, at this museum, people go in and check out. Oh, there's the nativity scene.
Come on.
Coming with the masks.
Oh, there's hand sanitizer, toilet paper.
The people who are going to see the baby Jesus. Oh, and the angel even has a mask. I guess the angel's in danger of getting COVID,
and
too.
And the star is just a bunch of surgical gloves and masks. This is a society obsessed. Beyond any measure of sanity.
That's insulting. It really is insulting.
Sacrilegious.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. 6 feet away from the baby Jesus.
Oh, they're socially distanced, too? Oh, good. And they got hand sanitizer in the stable.
Somebody
so that's
had
kind
to
of cool.
Sit around at this museum and got paid to create these little nativity scene masks that would fit on these characters.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, a lot of time and effort went into that.
Yeah. That's the
Plus,
problem.
they created the little hand sanitizer display as well. So
before you approach the Savior, I'm going to need you to scrub down there. Come on.
No mask, no visit for the baby Jesus. Sorry, you can't come in. Amazing. Now, Biden has another mask plan. Biden has a different mask plan almost every day, it seems. He's always contradicting himself on this mask thing. Here's his latest mask plan for America.
My first 100 days is going to require, I'm going to ask for a masking plan. Everyone for the first 100 days of my administration to wear a mask. It will start with my signing an order on day one to require masks where I can under the law, like federal buildings, interstate travel on planes, trains, and buses. I'll also be working with the governors and mayors to do the same in their states and their cities.
Wow.
We're going to require masks wherever possible.
Pause it for a second. So he's going to do it on all federal buildings and travel interstate. Then he's going to pressure governors and mayors to do the same thing locally.
Pat, he said he was going to work with governors and mayors.
Right.
I don't know where you got this pressured. I don't know where you got this. He's holding federal funds out.
Just right-wing spin. That's all it is. I might as well just admit it up front. It's just right-wing spin. So you know what's going to happen. All the governors are going to cave in, except for a few Republicans like, I hope, Greg Abbott. I hope. But certainly in the blue states, they'll absolutely cave, and they will absolutely require it for the first 100 days. So anywhere you go, if it's not required now, and by the way, most people are just complying whether it's mandated or not. Most people are just wearing a mask. And studies and surveys have shown that all over the country. Even in South Dakota, where it's not mandated, 65% of the citizens in South Dakota wear a mask when they go out.
You mean people exercise their free will?
That's right.
And then they do it anyway?
Yeah. For an abundance of caution, they go ahead and put the dumb mask on, even though they probably don't want to, like me. So let's see the rest of this. This is just agonizing.
But this goes beyond government action. And so, as a new president, I'm going to speak directly to the American people and say what I'm saying now. We need your help. Wear a mask for just 100 days.
Yeah, we've already been doing it.
It's the easiest thing you can do to reduce COVID cases, hospitalizations, and death. Help yourself, your family, and your community. Whatever your politics or point of view, mask up for 100 days once we take office. 100 days to make a difference. It's not a political statement. It's a patriotic act.
There you go.
It won't be the end of our efforts.
Bring it in.
But it's a necessary and easy beginning, an easy start.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. I'm telling you, that's why I have such high hopes for the vaccine. I'm just so sick of this crap.
I think everyone is right there with you.
So sick and tired. The only way out is if we get enough people vaccinated so that they can feel comfortable that, okay, let's get back to life. Although I don't know that they'll ever give up this kind of control.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
Especially now that, apparently we're going to have a Democrat in office. He's not going to want to give up that control. Agonizing. Just for I'm asking for 100 days. It's already been how many? How long have we been masked up in America?
March, right?
You're right. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. It's 9 months already. I mean, we've gone way beyond 100 days already. But he's just asking for 100 days, and then everything will be fine. Just like they were only asking for 2 weeks in the beginning. We just need to flatten the curve.
15 days to flatten the curve.
Flatten the curve. That's all we want to do. Flatten the curve. And then by Easter, we should all be fine. We'll go right back to life as usual.
Well,
how'd that work out for us?
I mean, then maybe Memorial Day. Can you give me Memorial Day?
Yeah, Memorial Day. All right. Let's stretch it. Okay, well, maybe a little past that. Let's say 4th of July. 4th of July. And then, okay, not necessarily the 4th of July. Let's stretch this out until the end of July.
Okay.
Well, okay, things aren't going quite as well as we wanted them to. Just give us until Labor Day, And then that should be
that's fair.
fine. That's fair.
Because then people,
Labor Day.
because right now you're out socializing in the summertime and everyone's going to the beaches. It's all crowded. Well, let's get through the crowded season.
And when kids go back to school, we'll get back to normal.
Back to normal we go.
Okay, well, not necessarily Labor Day. Let's try just the end of September. Okay, how about till Halloween?
Yeah, trick or treat will be back to normal, right?
Right.
And then,
yeah, well, no.
No?
Let's just go through Thanksgiving. Don't see any family members. Don't invite them over. Don't get together with friends. Just through Thanksgiving. And now Christmas.
And Christmas?
And Christmas. Yeah, of course, because there's more people you really shouldn't be seeing or inviting over to your house.
So if I give you through Christmas.
Just give me through Christmas, and then, probably through New Year's. Why don't we just stretch this out till just the beginning of 2020?
I want to celebrate this year being over with.
Yeah, but you do it with a mask on. What about Inauguration Day? Let's just wait till January 20th, and then...
So then Trump's out of office.
He's gone. We get a whole new attitude on this thing.
Okay.
And then just for the first 100 days... Okay, but just that. I'm not asking forever. I'm just asking for the first 100 days, which will make it about a year and a half since this thing began.
I think that takes us to May, right?
Yeah.
Screw this.
It's so ridiculous. It's insane. It's insane.
And plus, I think a large point there is that he goes, it's just a start.
Right.
Yeah, we know. That's the problem.
Right.
And it's actually not the start. It's the continuation. And it's going to keep going on and on and on.
Yeah. We know about your slippery slope. We're sliding down it right now. Mm-hmm. Also, vaccines won't be mandatory under Joe Biden, he says.
I don't think it should be mandatory. I wouldn't demand to be mandatory, but I would do everything in my power. Just like I don't think masks have to be made mandatory nationwide.
Wait a minute. Wait, you just played a clip of him. Wait a minute. So
that shows you he will make the vaccine mandatory just as he's going to with the mask. But, just for a little while.
Does he listen to the words that come out of his mouth?
I don't know. It's just amazing.
He just got done saying mandatory for 100 days, but a few days previous, he's like, nah, come on, mandatory mask. Shut up.
Yep.
We are in hell.
Yeah, man, you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till after January 20th if he takes office. Jeez. All right, let me take a minute and tell you about Keeps.com. One of the things you can kind of control now is whether or not you lose your hair. There used to be nothing you could do about it. You were just at the whim of your genetics, and the hair starts falling out. You could comb over. You wear a wig. You could get some kind of transplant that's going to look like Joe Biden.
Could you wear hats asking for a friend?
You could wear a hat.
Every day?
Yeah, you could.
Like
every
even in the shower?
Single day. Even in the shower, even on, let's say, on television.
Huh.
Yeah, you could wear a hat all the time. Or you can go to Keeps. Keeps offers the generic versions of the 2 FDA-approved hair loss products. So it saves you a bunch of money right there. It's all online, so you just go online and answer some questions, snap a few pictures and post those, and then a licensed doctor reviews your information and will recommend the right treatment for you. Send it directly to your door. We'll also get you started. You're saving a bunch with the generic version. We'll also give you 50% off your first order of Keeps hair loss treatments. That's keeps.com/Pat. KEEPS.com/Pat.
Unleashed.
But don't forget, it's just a mask. What are you getting all crazy about? It's just a mask. And we're reminded of that. Just a mask.
It's just a mask. It's just 2 weeks. It's just so we don't overwhelm the hospitals. It's just non-essential businesses. It's just until the cases go down more. It's just until we get a vaccine. It's just a few side effects. It's just a bracelet. It's just to let others know you're safe to be around. It's just an app. It's just to let others know who you've been in contact with. It's just a few more months. It's just a video. It's just an email account. It's just a credit card company you can use cash. It's just a few places that won't take cash. It's just a little chip. It's just for medical information and paying for things. It's just for travel. It's just so you can get your driver's license. It's just so you can vote. It's just a few more years. It's just a statue. It's just a building. It's just a piece of paper. It's just a flag. It's just a piece of cloth. It's just a blood test. It's just a scan. It's just a chip. Just a dog. It's just a clump of cells. It's just the bad people. It's just the undesirables. It's just the Jews. It's just the Christians. Just the people who don't think like us.
Wow. It's just a mask. Yep. I mean, that's well done, because that's what has been happening. And that's what they say every time. That's what they say every time. I guess, when we imagined this whole thing and the scenario of sliding down that slippery slope, we probably thought it was going to be obvious, the things that they're doing, and they were going to do them in a nefarious way so everybody would know it's nefarious. Nope, it's all for our health. It's all for our safety. It's all for the safety of our children. Just a clump of cells. Just a mask. It's just a chip. It'll keep you safe. Okay. And I think, as I envisioned what would happen, in the end days.
You mean years ago, before there was a virus or anything like that? Just a hypothetical scenario of end of the world type stuff.
Right.
Okay.
I always imagined it would be some, authoritarian figure telling you, you will get the mark of the beast. And yet you would just, all right, so you'll either do that or you'll be killed, and it will be super obvious. Of course, that's not how they're going to present it. They're going to present it like this little chip in your wrist or your forehead. That's going to keep you safe. Can monitor your vital signs. If you ever have a heart attack, it'll automatically call 911 and send your vital signs to the EMTs that are responding to your emergency.
Yeah.
It's going to save a lot of lives.
I can see where you'd think it would be some powerful leader cracking down.
Right.
And then it became you know what? It's going to be like a convenience thing, like our cell phones and everything's just convenience, right? But in this entire time, Ben Franklin's words have been right there in front of our face.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
It's like
sacrifice your freedom for your safety. You're going to lose both, and you deserve neither.
I mean, that was the
brilliant
linchpin right there.
And so incredibly true. We've seen it play out over and over and over and over again. So we should know by now and be just a tad resistant to all of this stuff. And I think we are being resistant to it. That's why the voter fraud stuff is being looked into now. Because there's just another thing. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just a little bit of voter fraud. Don't worry about that. Oh, okay. So
how much voter fraud are you good with? What percentage of tainted votes can I get you into?
10, 15% ish.
How about, can we do
20%?
What if I give you like 25%? You still got 3 out of 4 that are legitimate.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's not bad.
Okay. And look, we're only going to do this, and let's just say,
is it happening on both sides? Some of it maybe on one side and most of it on the other, but some on both sides.
It's going to be in think of how many counties are there in the United States?
A lot. Right? There's a lot of counties.
How many counties are in the U.S.? Okay? Because I'm only asking for 6 out of 3,007.
3,007 counties.
Right. I'm only asking, let me tinker in 6 of 3. You get 3,001 counties to do whatever you want to do.
Okay, I'm not that worried about it then. Go ahead.
By the way, this video will be flagged on YouTube today because starting today, they have a new policy where if you even hint at the illegitimacy of the results of the 2020 election.
Oh, I'm not hinting it. I'm just saying it outright. There were some definite fraud in this election. Sorry.
Right-wing crazy alert right over there. His name is Pat Gray. And if you can find a road to his house,
that's the problem. You can't. But there you go, YouTube. We flagged it right there for you.
Yeah, we did it for you.
You did a lot of your heavy lifting right there.
Seriously, they have been saying that since day one. That, look, I mean, there's going to be a little bit of fraud here and that's not okay.
That's not. No, it isn't.
This was such a well-orchestrated
Oh, it's been brilliant, really.
It really has.
When you sit back and look at the way in which they have engineered all this stuff, where they've gotten us to this point, it's been brilliant.
Remember, voting by mail, dropping off your ballot. Remember, that's all for your safety. Gosh. It takes us right back to that. This is all for your safety. You don't want to be standing in line with the nasty virus-carrying plebes.
Right. And listen to this guy from Michigan who was testifying, I think this was just yesterday, in Michigan about some of the fraud that he actually witnessed.
I was there at approximately 3 to 3:30 a.m., and I saw the huge dump of ballots that were delivered to the counting hall. Mm-hmm. I noticed that the City of Detroit Clerk's office there was their emblem on the white van that showed up with the ballots. Janice Winfrey's name was on there, and a number, presumably, for Janice Winfrey's office. I estimated that it was over 50 boxes that I counted, and I estimate that up to 1,000 could have been fit in each box.
Okay, well, that's only 50,000 ballots. Pfft, what's 50,000 ballots among friends?
Yeah,
right?
How many millions of people voted?
You know, in Michigan, come on, quite a few million, right? So don't worry about it.
Large boxes. There was no chain of custody. There was no accountability. There was no transparency. Nobody knew where these ballots had been. They had to be turned in at 8 p.m. Mm-hmm. They showed up at approximately 3:30 a.m. So
That's
seven and a half hours is a long time for these ballots to be kind of in limbo, not with anyone knowing where they are. Mm-hmm. There have been no answers up to this point.
What kind of answers do you want?
Right.
Look, we don't answer to you. Who are you? Some little douchebag from Detroit, Michigan. What do we care what you have to say? We don't. We don't care.
You hear that, YouTube? We don't care what this guy has to say.
We don't care what this guy has to say.
Yeah.
Just, you know what? Just ban him from your site. That's all. Just flag all of his material and you delete it. I mean, people don't have to use YouTube, so you can do whatever you want with your stupid platform. I'm so sick and tired of hearing that because they have the section 220, right? Section 220 protections that need to be completely wiped out. 230. Yeah. I don't know why I keep thinking 220. 220, 230, well, you know, there's just, the difference? It's like the fraud. There's just a little bit of fraud. There's only 10 sections between 220 and 230. Right. So, it's frustrating, isn't it?
It's maddening. It is maddening. How do you, so many words here. How do you raise your kids to believe in the sanctity of the system and their vote?
Yeah.
How do you look at them with a straight face and say, look, the Constitution guarantees fill in the blank. Does it?
Equal protection under the law. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, apart from the immediate consequences that are happening here, like Joe Biden maybe being wrongfully placed in the office, you've got the future that you really have to believe in this country in order to share this information with your kids, to teach them about the Constitution, because they're probably not learning about it at school, chances are. So you try to teach it, you try to take it into your own hands, and you have to believe it in order to teach it, right? And then it gets harder every day. It just gets harder every day because they are just setting fire to the U.S. Constitution, just lighting it on fire. Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
Hey, Christmas is coming up, right? That's good.
Right. Christmas
exciting.
Is coming up. And so that's good.
Let's kind of distract ourselves from reality. Oh, wait. No, you can't celebrate Christmas. Never mind. I'm sorry. There's nowhere to turn, Pat.
It does feel that way sometimes. 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. There's one answer, and that's turning back to God. That's what this country must do in order to solve these egregious problems. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Got some tweets here from Carl Smith. With COVID-19 ravaging the country, businesses going under, and new promised lockdowns on the way, it's great to know that Congress finally came together. Enemies crossed the aisle, shook hands, and decriminalized pot.
Oh.
That's great.
Priorities, right?
Yeah. That's wow. Now we've got that going on.
Well, if you're going to be on lockdown,
you might as well be stoned, right?
Who among us?
Jeffy's 18 Spoons tweets, that nativity display is disgusting. The one with the masks on the Holy Family and all the guests, shepherds, angels. Could you imagine what would happen if someone did something like that to a prominent Muslim figure? Oh, wait, we do know what would happen. We sure do.
Wait, I don't even. What?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to fill in the blank there?
You're supposed to remember. DMXDM tweets, just wait until the Fauci Bible comes out. He's already their God, and he can't wait to become yours, too.
Gosh, they already put him on a candle.
Ryan Patrick tweets, this mask and social distancing life is here to stay. Now that these tyrants see the power they hold with the help of the media. The next bad flu season, we'll start hearing of masks and social distancing. Never going away.
I don't know. Are we ever going to have another bad flu season?
I don't know.
I thought COVID destroyed it, remember? Godzilla.
Free Exercise tweets, Creepy Joe said he would start by doing things he can legally do. That's day one. After that, look out. Be doing all kinds of things he can't legally do, and he'll do them anyway. Now, yesterday, in a last-ditch effort, Texas did this lawsuit against the four states in question. They sued Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Georgia because they changed the rules and they're not doing things like they were supposed to do. So Texas launched this lawsuit. Others have now officially joined. Now, we said a few states had joined yesterday. They actually hadn't. They just wanted to or planned to. Now they have. 17 states have now joined Texas. Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Utah, and West Virginia. That's great.
That's a lot.
Yeah. All really strong Republican states. You'll notice that there's no Californias in there. There's no Massachusetts in there. They don't care.
You think the Supreme Court's even going to listen?
I doubt it. But maybe. I mean, I don't know how they can't, except the fact that they do that all the time. Every time I think, well, no, they got to take this case, right? They really need to take this case. No, we're not going to. I mean, so that happens all the time. But this one looks pretty solid.
Yeah, John Roberts probably will take it just so it looks like the system is working. Yeah. But he's probably already scribbling out some incoherent gibberish to shoot it down.
To protect his legacy of not being a conservative Supreme Court Chief Justice. This is just we were right down the line here, and you never knew which way I was going to rule, because I could follow the Constitution or I could completely disregard it. All depended on how I felt at the time. So that's going to be his legacy.
I mean, the one glimmer of hope, I guess, is that it's not an Obamacare case before the Supreme Court. So there is that glimmer of hope that Roberts will do the right thing, because we know if it's Obamacare,
he's not going to.
No, not a chance.
But there's quite a few things he's ruled on where he sided with liberals. I mean, this incredibly right-wing court is just so conservative. Oh, it's like, I mean, it's like, is it Genghis Khan's court? Is it him?
Genghis Khan court. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Just right-wing crazy.
They just really don't rule that way at all. And ruling after ruling come out, and the media continues to describe them as a right-wing court. And then they, in a surprising development, the Supreme Court slapped down, named the case, and they still don't realize. They still act as if it's a right-wing court, even with all the evidence to the contrary. And I think we did. You mentioned already that YouTube is going to remove any content alleging widespread voter fraud starting today, which is just keeps getting worse and worse with these platforms.
Yep.
Twitter's going to follow suit, and so is Facebook. But YouTube already said its decision to begin removing misleading election videos follows the U.S.'s safe harbor deadline and that enough states have certified their election results to determine a president-elect. So starting today, you say anything about the election not being entirely accurate, and you're going to be removed.
What does it matter if the video was posted last week or today? I don't understand why. Well, nope, look, they've already spoken. I mean, that is unreal. That's like, are they going to take down 9/11 conspiracy videos?
That's a great question. You know the answer to that is no.
They're
not going
down we didn't land on the moon videos?
Another great question. And, of course, the answer is no.
So when does that safe harbor day arrive for 9/11 conspiracies? The commission's already ruled. Take them down.
Here we are, heading into 20 years since that event. Next September 11th, that's going to be the 20-year anniversary. And they still have all those videos up and running.
And they should.
Yeah, well, they should. Yes.
I disagree with them.
Right.
But still, it's somebody's opinion.
Right.
You are not trusted to do your own research.
No.
You are not trusted to make your own decisions.
They act as if we're complete imbeciles. So what if people put up videos claiming the entire election was fraud? There wasn't a single vote that was cast that was legal. So what? I can't figure out that they're wrong, even if I watch that video. It's insulting. And
this is going to seem like a stretch. Tell me if it does. But it's like we accept that we have to wear seatbelts or helmets on motorcycles. Or
I kind of accept that.
That's what I thought. You weren't going to go down this road. But my point is, we've just let them say what's good for us.
Right.
And so incrementally, as we go on, we're just to the point where you're not allowed to post a video on YouTube with a contrarian opinion.
Right.
Because it's not good for everyone else. Shut up.
Treat us like adults. Treat us like, intelligent human beings who can figure this stuff out for ourselves.
No.
Well, there's a lot of people who can't, and there's young people who don't know.
Impressionable.
And they're impressionable. And what's going to happen if they believe the election is a fraud? So what? Joe Biden still takes over on January 20th.
Right. What does it change?
What difference does it make? What do you care?
It is digital book burning.
Yes. Yes, it is. Jeez. All right. At UC Berkeley, they have told students there in an email that they can't come home. They can't go home for winter break because COVID-19. So if they go home for winter break, they could get the disease and bring it back.
Okay.
So they've been told they can't go home for Christmas. And in the same email, they were also told, but you can't stay here either. So you got to leave campus for Christmas, but you can't go home.
A Sonic song.
That's right. Closing time.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Where are they what?
Where are they going? Where are these students going if they can't go home and they can't stay at school? Where are these? Well, there's a park bench that's open across the street from the campus. I guess you could stay there. How bizarre is that?
Just when you think.
Can't get any dumber and any weirder. It does. Every day. I love that. You can't go home, kids, because we can't allow you back on campus afterwards. But, by the way, you can't stay here either. So, good luck. Good luck.
Do they track? What school is this again? Is this
UC Berkeley.
Oh, we know they're being tracked.
Of course they're being tracked. There's no question they're being tracked. One of the amazing things we also learned in 2020 is that the coronavirus can't affect people who attend Black Lives Matter protests. That's one of the really solid pieces of science that we learned. Apparently, the seasonal influenza is even more considerate, at least at Cornell University. The Ivy League school offers a race-based exemption from its new mandatory flu shot. So, students must get a flu shot at Cornell if you're white. I guess black people and Hispanics at Cornell can't get the flu, so they're immune to the mandate. They started requiring flu immunizations this academic year for all students studying in Ithaca, not just those attending classes in person. And it's not to protect students from the flu, but it's so that medical services and other support resources could be fully available to serve students who may be exposed. So-called Black, Indigenous, and people of color are welcome to not receive the immunization, however. Oh, okay. So I don't know how this stuff is happening. I guess there's no such thing as being racist against white people. I guess that's just not a thing. And I guess, we've been told that for a long time, that, well, you have to have power in order to be a racist. I'm sorry, didn't we have a black president of the United States? Isn't that kind of a person of power? It seems like that's one indication of power anyway, is that someone of that race occupies the most powerful position on earth.
Wow, I love how you go to the most powerful position on earth as your token response to show how black people are elected to high office and
right,
given respect. I see.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just went
cherry
right
picking,
there.
Cherry picking.
Yeah. Immediately went to the highest office on the face of this planet, the most powerful person in the world.
Right.
I did.
And
I did do that.
I suppose you're going to say, and we reelected him. So there.
Yeah. He was served for 8 years. Yeah.
This is a tragic world.
I don't understand how it happens. I don't understand how it's okay. How can you mandate that white kids have to be immunized? Nobody else does. It's the very definition of discrimination. The very definition.
And in addition to that, you're paying through the nose to be told this.
Right.
And
at an Ivy League
privilege.
School. Yeah. No, thank you.
Oh.
By the way, did you see this story about Eric Swalwell and the Chinese spy?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
This guy.
A suspected Chinese intelligence operative developed extensive ties, local and national politicians, including Eric Swalwell, a U.S. congressman, in what U.S. officials believe was a political intelligence operation run by China's main civilian spy agency between 2011 and 2015. What this shows to me is just how infiltrated we are in this country, especially by Chinese spies, but also Russian spies, because they run the same kinds of operations. The alleged operation offers a rare window into how Beijing has tried to gain access to and influence U.S. political circles. While this suspected operative's activities appear to have ended during the Obama administration, concerns about Beijing's influence operations have spanned President Trump's time in office, too, and will continue to be a core focus for U.S. counterintelligence. So she was actually with Eric Swalwell's staff. Now, I don't think they're alleging, because she did have sexual relations with several politicians in America,
mayors,
Midwestern
right?
mayors. Yeah. And so, they think pillow talk is a little bit dangerous, and you could share certain secrets. I don't know what these mayors knew that was probably nothing top secret.
No, we're going to put bike lanes in down on Main Street. Yeah.
And that went right back to her handlers.
They went
China,
to Beijing
too.
like 5 minutes later. They knew about bike lanes in the Midwest.
And they moved to block them immediately. So we dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
No bike lane there, because I hate bike lanes.
Oh, right?
But anyway, I don't think they're alleging that Swalwell slept with her necessarily or divulged anything top secret to her. But she was on his staff for a while. And so they're just kind of looking into it. And once the FBI finally started investigating her and she got wind of it, she got on a plane, went back to China, and we haven't heard from her since.
Yeah, so the FBI was kind to Eric Swalwell. So, like, when you are suspecting a government official literally being in bed with a foreign agent, you can either spy on them, as was the case with the Trump administration, or you could warn them.
And do the defensive briefing.
Right.
Which direction do you think they went with Eric Swalwell, a Democrat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Option number 2, of course.
And by the way, he's not denying. He's not saying one way or the other if he's had sex with her. So...
But I don't think anybody's accusing, are they? I don't think the
FBI...
FBI...
ask that, though. Wouldn't you just say, no, not at all?
You would think so. Yeah, I mean, the guy's married. You would think he would be all about denying it. So in the years since this probe with this Chinese spy named Christine Fang, actually I guess her Chinese name is Fang Fang, the FBI has prioritized investigations into Chinese influence operations. They created a unit in May of 2019 within the Bureau solely dedicated to countering Beijing's activities at the state and local levels. U.S. national security officials believe the threat posed by China has only grown with time. They're really good at this. They've got all kinds of spies in American universities. Mm-hmm. Because we're a free society, and when foreign exchange students come here, we educate them. When they send their Olympic athletes here, we train them. And then we send them back home to beat our athletes in the competitions that come up. It's crazy. It's just so weird. She was just one of lots of agents, said one senior intelligence official. Beijing is engaged in a highly sophisticated malign foreign influence campaign, according to FBI Director Chris Wray. These efforts involve subversive, undeclared, criminal, or coercive attempts to sway our government's policies, distort our country's public discourse, and undermine confidence in our democratic processes and values. You think? Pretty amazing.
It's terrifying.
And there's so much of it. I mean, I don't know how you root it all out at this point. We've just allowed it to go on for way too long.
And what's the bigger threat? The way that we deal with the spy situation, or the way we're destroying ourselves from within?
Destroying ourselves from within is actually the bigger threat. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Let me first just take a minute and tell you about Omega XL. If you've got pain in your life that's brought on by inflammation and you've tried virtually everything, maybe it's time to try Omega XL. Omega XL, these fatty acids that come from the pristine waters of New Zealand in a tiny little gel cap that's super easy to swallow. Backed by 35 years of clinical research, it really does work. Worked for me. Shut off the inflammation that was in my elbow and then radiating down my arm, and just gave me incredible relief. And now I can, once again, pick things up with my left arm. I'm not one-armed anymore. The same thing can happen for you. Try Omega XL. Plus, it doesn't leave you that fishy aftertaste, which, yeah, I can't do that. If it has the fishy aftertaste, sorry, I'm out. Can't do it. So to get you started here, when you order one bottle of Omega XL, you'll get a second bottle free. Visit OmegaXL.com/Pat. That's OmegaXL.com/Pat. Or you can call 800-844-4888.
Mr. Cratchit! Pat Gray Unleashed.
I got some tweets here from Curay70. So what exactly is in this white-only vaccine, I wonder? Not real sure. Mostly vegetarian Caleb tweets, could you imagine if the KKK said, we only want white people to get immunized against diseases? Would Cornell feel the same about that decision? Wow. Coconut Kale, the United States is rapidly becoming a rhino, a republic in name only. Yep. Sad, but true. Rob, treat us like we're adults. No, treat us like we're free people.
There you go.
That's incredible. Does anybody else have the problem of waking up at like 2 or 3 in the morning or whenever you get up in the morning with a song already pre-programmed in your brain for some reason?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Jeez, I hate that. And sometimes it's like, where did this come from? Like this morning, it's maybe you don't even know this. When You're in Love with a Beautiful Woman by Dr. Hook. Do you know that song?
How's it go?
When you're in love with a beautiful woman, it's hard. I mean, that doesn't do it justice.
I mean, I'm not going to say that I know it or not. I just wanted to hear you sing.
I think it's 1978. I don't think I've heard the song in 41 years. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's in my head today. Why? How I hate that. Not that it's a bad song. I mean, Dr. Hook. Are you familiar with Dr. Hook, the band, at all?
I don't think so.
Sharing the Night Together.
But I wonder if
When You're in Love with a Beautiful Woman.
Yeah, I wonder if it's one of those bands where like I recognize the songs, but not the not the band itself.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try to
Cover of the Rolling Stone. You know that song? Yeah. Okay. Oh, you actually, be careful because we'll be more than flagged. We'll be eliminated and killed, rounded up and killed by YouTube today. You do know the song? Yeah. Then when it came to, so the lyrics are going through my head all morning. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, you watch your friends. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, it never ends. You know that it's crazy. You want to trust her. Then somebody hangs up when you answer the phone. And then it hit me that really kind of can't happen anymore. That shows how old that song is because you hang up when you answer the phone. I still have your phone number right here, and I can call you right back and find out who was calling me. There are some things that have just become obsolete that I think we forget about. And just things that used to be such a big part of our lives, like hanging up when somebody answers the phone, you don't want to talk to them. It's kind of not a thing. Like a busy signal. Mm-hmm. When was the last time you got a busy signal? Been a while for me.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore.
That's when I call Nana.
Really?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, because she's got a landline and she'll be on the phone.
Yeah, and she didn't have call waiting forever because Papa was too cheap. Okay?
Papa's off an hour.
Yeah, so when he passed away, she's like, I'm living a little. I'm getting call waiting. So she's had it for a couple of years now. Yeah,
that's great. So no more busy signals.
No more busy signals. Yeah.
Nana.
Now the trick is getting her to click over properly without hanging up on both parties. That's
hard to do though. That's hard.
Yeah. What's Flash? That doesn't make sense. Flash.
But like long distance charges,
right?
Another thing that just kind of doesn't exist anymore.
Oh my gosh! Every cent I made in college went long distance to the long distance bills. 25 cents a minute.
Calling home to your parents?
No. Carrie lived in California.
Oh.
I was in Nebraska.
Okay.
And 25 cents a minute. Boy, those were the days.
Those were the days. Those were the days. And I think long distance charges applied at first, even after we got cell phones. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You'd have to call after 7 o'clock. Remember free nights and weekends?
Yes.
Yeah. So someone would call you in the middle of the day, and you're like, no, I said call after 7.
Calling 411 information. I haven't done that I used to call 411 all the time, and it drove my wife insane because every time we were charged, 50 cents or whatever. I'm like, it's 50 cents. That adds up.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
If I can only call it 4 or 5 times a month.
How about the time and temp number? Would you call that?
Time and temp, yes, I used to. I haven't done that in a while. Mm-hmm. Now it's, Siri, what's the temperature? And it's so easy. I mean, there's so many things that used to be part of our everyday life that are completely gone now and we take for granted now. And I mean, ever since cell phones especially, but it's all kinds of digital things, online things, videos. When was the last time you went to a Blockbuster video store and picked up a video? It's been a while, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even putting in a DVD at home, we almost never do that. Because all those DVDs that we have a whole rack full of them, several racks full of them, and we never put them in.
Well, how much space in your house is devoted to DVDs, VHS, CDs, cassettes? I mean, maybe much less now with VHS and cassettes, but I can't get rid of them. They're out in the garage.
Yeah, my wife finally rounded up all the videos, the videotapes, the VCR, and all that stuff. I don't know if it went to a like a St. Vincent de Paul, or if it just went into the garbage. But she had enough. We're not going to move with these ever again. Packed them all up, and they're gone. So we only have the DVDs now.
Okay, but time out, because I've said on this program, I have a VCR and VHS cassettes of Falcons games because there's been so much glory in the past. Do you not have like old BYU tapes or something like that?
I do.
How are you going to play them?
They were rounded up and thrown away. Yeah.
No, Pat.
Fortunately, most of those exist digitally.
Okay.
On BYU TV.
All right.
So,
but again, digitally, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. When that EMP goes off,
those are gone. Yeah, that's right. Thank you for that happy thought too.
Well, I mean, if it goes off near your house, then you lose.
How many happy thoughts have we had this morning? Quite a few.
I mean, that's what you get when I'm back in the building.
Yeah, that's true.
Happy thoughts.
That's lots and lots of happy thoughts.
But yeah, if internet goes out or something like that, then
you're screwed.
There's no Disney Plus.
Right.
There's no BYU TV.
Exactly. It's all gone.
So run out to the garage and grab your tapes.
Except they're not there.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Well, you got to plan.
But that's good that you have saved that stuff. So you have a VCR and the videos?
I have an old VCR, a never before opened VCR, and a Rubbermaid box. I told you it's not a lot of Falcons, Huskers, and stuff from high school because I was part of media productions where we'd make like a video yearbook back at my high school. And so it fits in a bin that's not very big. It's probably 20 tapes total.
Here's the problem, though.
I'll never watch it.
I think the EMP takes out the VCR.
That's right. That's why I say. If it goes, you hope it goes. I'm saying if it goes off there, then you still have your deals. If it goes off here, well, then you're out of luck.
You're out. Yeah. You're just not watching that stuff.
But like Jackie says,
of course, if an EMP goes off, we got bigger problems than watching BYU games or Falcon games. There's bigger, like, I don't know, starving to death and not having medicine available.
Yeah, but you want to take your mind off of things. Simpler times.
You're not going to be able to.
Simpler times.
If you have like an old-fashioned book with a hard copy of a book, the EMP won't take that out. So maybe you could read a book.
And you could eat the pages later if you're starving to death. But Jackie's right. How many times have I moved all of this crap and never put these tapes in?
Yep, million times. Our last move or the one before? She got rid of all the VCRs, all the videos, and all of my old albums that we used to carry around from place to place. Boxes and boxes and boxes of vinyl albums. And they're heavy. And we never play. I don't even have a turntable. I don't own a turntable, so she threw those out too.
Did you get advance warning?
Oh yeah, I've had warning about it for about 35 years.
No. Has she just been generically saying, "I'm getting rid of this. I'm getting rid of this"?
Yes.
And then one day you came home.
One day it's like, okay, I'm really getting rid of these, and then she did. But I don't think I believed her when she said it. But
how'd that make you feel?
She was serious. Yeah, I just acquiesced. What are you going to do?
You had to make space for all of the cookie-making equipment.
That's right. That's right. We got to compete with Mariah Carey now.
I'm sorry?
Singer Mariah Carey has now introduced her own line of delivery-only cookies.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Available in Las Vegas. I guarantee these are not as good as Scrumptious cookies.
No way.
Guarantee it. Scrumptiouscookie.com if you want some really delicious cookies.
Okay.
Don't bother with these Mariah Carey fakey things.
Do you deliver to Las Vegas yet?
Yes, we do. I think we do deliver to Nevada, yeah.
Oh.
So not only is her song, All I Want for Christmas Is You, as it is every Christmas, number one on the Billboard charts. I believe it's number one again. Mm-hmm. Now she's launched her own virtual brand, Mariah's Cookies, with availability in Las Vegas and 30 other U.S. cities.
Yeah, I checked. Scrumptiouscookie.com does deliver to Las Vegas. You guys are direct competitors.
Direct competitors with Mariah Carey. The singer teamed up with virtual dining concepts and restaurateur Robert Earl to create a delivery-only brand of cookies. Customers can order chocolate chunk, triple chocolate chunk, Heath Bar, Lemon Cooler, and Spiced Oatmeal Raisin. Ick. As well as holiday flavors, white chocolate cranberry, pumpkin, and gingerbread. My wife has just invented these eggnog cookies. Oh man.
Oh, no.
They are fantastic.
I might actually like eggnog.
Eggnog cookies and peppermint with Oreo peppermint pieces in them. And yes, samples are available in the kitchen even as we speak. Are you going now? Okay.
Break time? Right?
All righty.
It's about break time.
Options include boxes of a half dozen or a dozen that can include all one flavor, or you can get a mix on the Mariah Carey cookies. Customers can order from one of 3 Las Vegas locations or visit a third-party delivery app. Grubhub, DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats, Seamless. Wow. So this is a pretty good kickoff here. The collaboration comes on the heels of Earl's partnership with rapper Tyga, or is it Tyga, who launched Tyga Bites, a ghost kitchen serving delivery-only oven-baked boneless chicken bites last summer. All right, so Mariah Carey cookies or my wife's cookies? I guarantee you.
So, Pat,
guarantee you the scrumptious cookies.
I didn't want to mess up here. I assumed that the red and green ones.
That looks like the peppermint.
Oh,
yeah,
it's peppermint. Mm-hmm. That's not eggnog.
That might be a birthday cookie.
Okay,
that is the Texas sheet cake, which is our most popular cookie right now.
Definitely. Okay.
And then you might have. I'm not sure.
Where's the eggnog?
One of those is Snickerdoodle.
Oh yeah, that's Snickerdoodle. Yeah.
And then I'm not sure if you have an eggnog in that.
Okay, well then
I'm pretty sure we brought some.
I'm gonna need you to scout out the kitchen during the break here.
Okay.
Because I want an eggnog cookie right now.
Okay. All right.
Scrumptiouscookie.com.
And by the way, thank you for Monique, a listener who bought these cookies and gave them to us.
Huh?
Yeah, isn't that nice? And she got Glenn a dozen too because he's been having a tough week. 888, yeah, say a prayer for him and his family if you would. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Let me tell you about Bloomsy Box. Bloomsy Box is a great way to order that loved one in your life flowers for Christmas, for the holiday season. Bloomsy Box are simply better blooms. And when you see the look on somebody's face, the way they light up, it's just really magical. Bloomsy Box are spectacular. This is really cool. You place your order, and the flowers are handpicked and arranged at the farm just for you. It's like sending a personal one-of-a-kind flower gift. They're delivered farm fresh, so they're picked and arranged and sent to your home from the farm. So it's not like a 3-tier process where they pick them, then they send them, they're arranged, they send them somewhere else, then they sit there and wait for delivery. These are weeks fresher as a result of being farm fresh. And I love the incredible prices, the huge selection of the arrangements. No hidden fees, no endless upselling, and free shipping with your subscription. Plus, got you a special discount. Go to bloomsybox.com, enter PAT to get 15% off and free shipping. Promo code PAT for 15% off at Bloomsy, BLOOMSY, bloomsybox.com. Got some tweets here. Adam Snyder tweets, thanks for putting those songs in my head this morning, Pat. Fun!
Oops.
From our friend who did the car announcement when she was so frustrated. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And you're welcome, by the way. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Slug Song tweets, y'all are making a fantastic case for why I have a library full of books.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's important to have.
From Cheryl Heron, thanks for giving me moving tips for when I move to Utah in the spring. I have a load of laser discs I need to get rid of. Joseph Hall tweets, remember the friends and family long-distance plan? Yes. The dial down the middle stuff, too.
Oh,
You remember
yeah.
that? With Carrot Top? Dial down the middle. Don't do that anymore. You also don't have... we're going to switch your long-distance phone service without your authorization. Remember when that used to happen? That's not a deal anymore. That's not a thing.
You know, I still have in my wallet, I bet if I dug around enough, I bet there is a like a calling card. You know, remember how you used to have those in case you were traveling and maybe you went to a payphone and you dialed this 1-800 number and you could use minutes against the card?
Yeah.
I bet I'd get that. Boy, I'm going to look for it.
From No Bull Jivin', we had our kids call time and temp when we lived in Alaska. If the temp was 0 degrees or higher, they got to play outside. Simpler times. Oh, man. Ryan Erkselben. My family is about to move to Wisconsin from North Carolina. Every time someone asks me where we're moving, I give them my best Bronco Nagurski and say, to the frozen tundra of Wisconsin.
Ooh.
By the way, more on trivia tomorrow. We have Indianapolis versus Las Vegas. So it's the Colts, Raiders tomorrow. Hopefully those are two cities where people will answer the phone. Should be, we should get a full game in, don't you think?
I make no promises.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Look, hold on.
You never know, but I think those two cities should be pretty conducive to more on trivia.
Look at this. AT&T prepaid phone card. It's been in my wallet.
Why do you still have that?
I don't know why I have fill in the blank. Why do I have those
amazing.
VHS tapes?
Yeah.
It's kind of pathetic. This is 60 minutes worth of call time. I wonder if
cool.
Whatever still works.
You should try it.
I should.
888-900-3393. Oh, we're going to show you this video, which is pretty disturbing. I don't know how this guy is coaching Pee Wee football. Amazing footage of this coach getting pissed off at his one of his football players. By the way, this is I think it's the national championship of the Pee Wee under 9s, 9 and under.
Oh, no.
They were in the American Youth Football National Championships in Kissimmee, Florida. Kid's 9 years old, and here's the coach. Keep in mind, this is pretty disturbing. Watch this. He's obviously... Whoa.
No.
Elbows him. Gives him a hard shot right to the head. And then walks off.
Oh, no.
And then goes back and slaps him down completely. Hits him again.
I don't...
Knocks him flat.
No.
That is crazy. That is crazy town right there. Where are the parents? Somebody's filming it and is watching. We're just watching it unfold.
I don't know. It looks like they're recording this through a TV monitor. Maybe this was after the fact.
Maybe. I don't know.
But either way, that guy needs to...
But there's got to be somebody in the stands that saw that, right?
Or another coach standing there.
If that's my son, I'm coming out on the field and going after that guy.
That
is crazy.
Oh.
Here was the response from the league. Because people were saying, damn shame y'all just stood around and watched that coach abuse that player. That punk A coach needs to be under the jail, not in it. Right. There's no reason to be hitting a 9-year-old kid that way over a football game. You're a piece of landfill-ridden trash. This coach needs to be banned immediately. Then all the dads need to get together and whoop his ass. Here's how the league responded. We understand what we all saw yesterday was disturbing to us all. But let's not blame everyone for one man's actions. The guy in the video is our 9 and under head coach. He's a good guy that just took it a little too far.
What?
On a 9 and under player. A little too far? No, I'm sorry.
Oh, my.
Look at that. Oh, my gosh. That's unbelievable.
Oh.
What a tough little guy. He just took it, stood there, stood his ground, and then comes back, boom, knocks him to the ground.
I can't. Come on.
That is hard to watch. That is not a person who took it a little too far. And that's not the first time for the guy either.
No.
I mean, I don't know how his practices go and his other games have gone, but you don't just start out by cold-cocking little kids like that.
That's the time the camera caught him.
Yeah, exactly right.
And the league is defending that?
Defending it.
Oh, God.
There needs to be a police investigation. That is crazy.
It sounds like they're fine with it.
Yeah,
they're
does,
like,
doesn't it?
I mean, look,
he took it a little too far. All right, we'll ask him to calm down a little bit in the future. But, no harm done.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
So you go after the coach for assault, and then you go after the league for being an enabler of it.
Yes. Exactly right. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Real quick, let me tell you about Glint Pay, because I think this is something you're going to love. Glint Pay makes your hard asset, in this case gold, liquid. Now, you can go buy gold with Glint Pay, and you can save it. You can keep it like you would any gold investment, or you could also spend the gold, because they send you a credit card that is now backed by the gold that you have purchased. And that gold, the actual physical gold, is placed in a Brinks vault in Switzerland for you to keep safe. And then you can either save it or you can spend it. You can buy more of it. There's only a 0.5% transaction fee on all the purchases of gold of any size. You can easily move between the US dollar and gold in your app in real time. This is real gold. It's not crypto. There's no tokens here, no buyback. It's really awesome.
So can you tell the restaurant, hey, do you take gold?
Yes. Yes, you can. I just paid for my meal in gold. What do you think of that? I've placed myself on the gold standard.
Nice.
Super safe, super simple, it's super reliable, and really, as I mentioned, the really reasonable fees. Real gold, real money, really easy. The Glint card that's issued is issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC, pursuant to license for MasterCard International. Go to glintpay.com/gray, Gray. glintpay.com/gray to download the app and get more information.
I will keep my promise. I will live in the past, present, and the future. The spirits of all three will strive within me. Oh, heaven and Christmas time be praised for this. I say this on my knees, Jacob Marley. On my knees.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Some tweets here from Crystal. I'm feeling really left out. I want a cookie, but I'm in stupid Massachusetts. That will be remedied soon. I know I've said that before, but it's true. Everything's been delayed by COVID, of course. No. So we're hoping by January, I hope, maybe February, we'll have the whole nation. Jeffy's Bathroom Kazoo. Remember the AOL Internet discs? Yes.
Wow, that's right.
Perfect Frisbees when I was a kid. Yeah, you put in the AOL Internet disc.
Yeah, they were everywhere, like a post office, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it would give you, 90 minutes of internet time or something from AOL. That dial-up, you got to love it.
That was fun.
From Buffalo Girl, I now also have When You're in Love with a Beautiful Woman looping through my head. Thank you, and you're welcome. You're welcome. I hate Sharpie's tweets. The worst thing about that horrible coach is that his mask wasn't covering his face. All those kids are probably going to die from COVID now. Yeah. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. By the way, Vice President Pence made an announcement of some American astronauts that are headed to the moon in 2024. The White House's effort to leave an imprint on the national space policy happened yesterday. It's really amazing to think, Pence said, that the next man and the first woman on the moon are among the names that we just read, and they may be standing in the room with us right now. This astronaut unveiling put kind of a human face on the program and was reminiscent of the announcement of the Mercury 7 astronauts who led NASA into space at the dawn of the space age. It also showcased a more diverse astronaut corps. Wouldn't be hard to be more diverse. The original athletes, of course, or astronauts, were all white men.
Oh, see now.
They should all be in prison now, of course. We should put them all in prison.
It's never too late to do the right thing, Pat.
Right? Probably 80-year-old men by now, the ones that are still alive, but they need to be in prison. The group was evenly divided between men and women, which is fine if that's how it worked out that they were the most qualified for the job. But was that the criteria? I doubt it. I doubt it. Now, they plan to return astronauts to the lunar surface by 2024.
Cool.
That's still on. Do you know that? I mean, it's kind of mind-boggling because we're almost at 2021 now, and we just barely got that SpaceX vehicle up into space and got it docked with the International Space Station with astronauts in it.
Has anything not been delayed by
COVID? Apparently, this is the only thing because they're still saying 2024. Who knows what Biden will do if he gets in, though? Who knows if this will even be a thing anymore? But the astronauts, there's going to be 18 of them. 18!
Yeah, there we go.
And this is the hallmark of President Trump's space policy. It's the Artemis program, an effort to return astronauts to the lunar surface for the first time since 1972. Gosh, it's hard to believe.
Good night.
Hard to believe. It's been almost 50 years since we've been to the moon. Initially, NASA was aiming to do that by 2028, but last year they moved up the timeline to 2024. Wow.
I think we got that Galactic Federation contract signed.
And then that pushed it up?
That's why we had to abandon in 1972. We didn't have a good understanding. There's no peace treaty after some of the things that John Glenn and them saw,
Right.
Then they were like, let's get out of here. And now they've worked out the kinks.
Now they worked it out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the Galactic Federation. So that's probably important. Mm-hmm. Speaking of cool technological things, we now have a quantum computer that does 2.6 billion years worth of computation in 4 minutes.
Say that one more time, please.
2.6 billion years of computation in 4 minutes.
So you're saying a little more powerful than this guy right here? Than
a little bit, yeah. Than the calculator you're holding?
Yeah.
Yeah, slightly.
How about the calculator on my phone?
Yeah, a little more powerful than that. Mm-hmm.
I used to have a calculator watch. That doesn't surprise you.
It's more powerful than that.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
pretty sure.
Whatever.
Pretty sure. Now, it doesn't say that in the article.
Yeah, exactly. Don't color the news, Pat.
I'm just guessing.
So what? Okay, first of all, why would you want to compute that much math in one sitting?
I don't know.
But what is the purpose of this thing? Is it to help us?
It's to go really fast and give us a lot of information quickly.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
impressive.
It's crazy the kinds of things that can go on. And we're told a million times, we've been told a million times that you have more computation power in your phone than in the vehicle that went to the moon. And it's by a lot. So now you take what we have in our phone and you look at something like this that can do 2.5 billion years worth of calculation in 4 minutes. It just boggles the mind.
I just don't know how you
comprehend it.
Calculate that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. I don't know how you put that into practical use.
Right.
I don't know what it actually does for us, except figure out math problems really, really fast.
And like NFL playoff possibilities.
Yes.
Like every team's
that.
last possible chance to get in the playoffs. That guy right there. That calculator.
Yes. Mm-hmm. This new quantum, the quantum computers are amazing, though. And pretty much every day it seems like they're coming up with a new leap forward with these things. So that whole process is moving very, very quickly. Let me take 1 minute and tell you about Annie's Kit Club. This is great. If you got kids who are just addicted to the internet and you can't get them off it, it's really hard. Here's something that will give them, a chance to do something real. We all know the detrimental impact of too much screen time for our kids. So whether it's content online, shortening of attention spans, or loss in creativity, there's better ways for our kids and grandkids to use their downtime. There's Annie's Kit Clubs. They have the perfect Christmas gifts for boys and girls. They have a Young Woodworkers Kit Club. That's a monthly subscription that puts real tools into your child's hands, starting with a great kid-sized hammer. Every month, your child receives an all-in-one woodworking kit with the materials and the tools kids need to make an awesome woodworking project with minimal supervision. Annie's Creative Girls Kit Club sends 2 fun craft projects every single month, complete with easy-to-follow instructions. and you can kickstart her creativity through painting, beading, and more. With Annie's Kit Clubs, kids will develop actual skills. They'll master real-world building or new crafting techniques while expressing their creativity. Go to annieskitclubs.com/Pat. You'll save 75% off this great gift idea for your kids or your grandkids. Cool. Order before December 15th to ensure Christmas delivery. That's annieskitclubs.com/Pat. annieskitclubs.com/Pat.
What happened then? Well, in Whoville, they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
This sounds really yummy. No-kill lab-grown meat. Lab-grown meat. There's some technology whose time needn't ever come, as far as I'm concerned. That sounds absolutely nasty.
Oh, my.
Cultured meat produced in bioreactors without the slaughter of an animal has been approved for sale by a regulatory authority for the first time. The development has been hailed as a landmark moment in the meat industry. Does not look yummy?
Yes!
Look how yummy that looks.
Oh, you couple that with a baked potato. That's a good eating right there.
Is that the action? That looks. I would vomit.
I don't care.
I would vomit.
What that morphs into.
I don't want it.
I am never eating that.
No.
Promise you that. Give me the vaccine first. Ugh.
What was that slimy stuff that we heard about that some fast food restaurants supposedly use for meat? Red slime or something?
Pink slime.
Pink slime.
Yeah.
Pink slime. That looks worse than that.
You're right.
I'd rather eat the pink slime than that stuff.
Oh, man. That was horrific.
So they call it chicken bites. It's produced by a U.S. company, Eat Just.
You can call it filet mignon. I ain't putting that in my mouth, dude.
It's passed a safety review by the Singapore Food Agency, and the approval could open the door to a future when all meat is produced without killing livestock. Nope. Sorry. No, there it is. Okay, well, the finished product, if you didn't know it, if you had no idea where this came from, and you just dip it in that little delicious-looking honey mustard and take a bite, if it tastes the same, I don't know. Maybe people would, if nobody told you, maybe people would accept it. But if you're told, hey, we grew this in a lab, no, I'm not eating it. I'm sorry.
I'm just pushing it away.
The cells for Eat Just's product are grown in a 1,200-liter bioreactor and then combined with plant-based ingredients.
Boy, I'm ready.
They're combined with plant-based ingredients? Well, then it's just like that Impossible Meat stuff.
Yeah, but they're taking cells from animals, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So it's not.
It's a hybrid, essentially. The cells used to start the process came from a cell bank and did not require the slaughter of a chicken because cells can be taken from biopsies of live animals. That would be like what they took from me and then turn it into meat. No.
Pat? Your left hand is on a story. Yeah.
I'm going to read it in just a second.
Because I'm telling you, man, this is so bad. So bad.
The nutrients supplied to the growing cells were all from plants.
No.
So no animal, no living thing was killed in the making of that meat.
I'm all for technology and advancements, but you tell me, hey, so we're going to take a part of the blood and the mix it with the plant and bon appetit.
Gross. So gross. Then we got this.
Yeah.
The makers of Grow Your Own Human Steaks say it's technically not cannibalism.
Wait a minute. Stop the story. Stop the story.
Anything that starts that way, I really don't want.
Right. I'll take the animal blood plant-based thing now.
Over this. This is just ridiculous. A DIY meal kit for growing steaks made from human cells was recently nominated for Design of the Year.
No.
By London-based Design Museum.
Nope.
This hypothetical kit would come with everything one needs to use their own cells to grow miniature human meat steaks.
No.
You've got to be. What?
I'm all about that first story now.
Yeah, me too.
Because, I mean, think about it. We're eating animals anyway, right? I mean, blood is part of that. So now that you read this one, I'm like, oh, I'm on board with that other one now.
People think eating oneself is cannibalism, which technically this is not, Grace Knight said. She's one of the designers.
She sounds fun at parties.
Growing yourself ensures that you and your loved ones always know the origin of your food.
Oh, God.
Who would want to know that?
Oh.
Yeah, this is coming from me.
Well, you taste good tonight. What?
How it has been raised and that its cells were acquired ethically and consensually. You know what? That's not my main driving thought process when I'm going to eat food, and especially meat. Did this piece of meat give itself up consensually? I have never had that thought in my life. I don't care. You know why? Because the animals were put here for us to eat. That's why.
Yeah, you mix that with some fava beans.
Yeah.
Hannibal Lecter might be ordering that.
God, that is just absolutely sick.
That's disturbing.
Sick.
The
And
other
very
was just
disturbing.
weird.
Yeah.
That's grotesque.
Yeah, it is. That's insane. That is literally insane. All right, 888-900-3393. Also, at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. I just made myself sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
And maybe you as well, so you're welcome.
Do you want a quick little fun video, though?
Sure.
We got 30-second fun video. It's
right.
clip 6 of that Australian lawmaker getting the vaccine, showing the rest of us how it's done. Watch this, huh?
Okay.
A la primera ministra de
Kill the
Australia.
audio on this. Kill the audio on this. Watch this. Wait, it's all done. Look how easy that was. Yeah, it's easy because they didn't take the cap off of the needle.
Caught. That's so great.
How dumb do they think we... don't answer that.
Oh, that is something
Look,
else.
I'm all done now. Didn't even put a Band-Aid on it. At least, insult us to that point where you're like, oh, here's a Band-Aid over the non-existent puncture in your arm. I swear.
Unbelievable. Seriously, how do they think we're... Well, yeah, they think we're complete imbeciles.
And,
And we see that every day.
There's some evidence.
There is. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, my.
That is true.
Okay.
By the way, Biden's HUD nominee has objected to relegating African Americans to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD. Watch this. She's nominated.
Okay.
She's nominated for being the HUD. Is director?
So this is, so secretary.
This is after she has complained about blacks being relegated to the HUD department.
So a month ago, Representative Marcia Fudge, she said, hey, you know what?
He needs to do better than HUD.
When you build a cabinet, don't just give blacks the token HUD position. And then a month later, Biden's like, you know what? I think that Marcia Fudge would be good for HUD. So we're waiting to see if she's going to accept.
How great is that, though? That she called it. Now, whether or not she accepts the nomination is almost irrelevant, because he did exactly what she is accusing him of. And isn't that typical of Democrats and the way they supposedly placate minorities? It's unbelievable. That's what they think that the minorities can do. Okay, you can be a cute little director of HUD.
Yeah.
You want that?
You want to do housing and urban development? It's got the word urban in it. That's got to be perfect for you, right?
Perfect. Because don't you live in an urban area? Yeah. So
she wants to be, I think she wanted to be ag secretary, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she was looking for the Department of
And he's giving that to a white guy. What? So there you go.
I love that. I love that. It will be interesting to see if she accepts it, though, because he did nominate her to be HUD director. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, what about transportation secretary? Is that above minority people too? Because what else could you do? Let's see. There's HUD. There's the Department of Agriculture. There's the Department of Transportation.
And I don't know Marcia Fudge's background enough to know
either.
what she's even qualified for. But Yeah, so that
I love that.
I love it when they do that to themselves,
There's nothing better, frankly. 888-900-3393. Also, I wanted to get to this Jenny Beth Martin story. Jenny Beth Martin, who is a Tea Party representative. Yeah. She has looked into the fraud, the significant fraud that is outlined, and it's been posted online now. The lawsuit, the Trump campaign lawsuit in Georgia, is now available online. So you can thumb through all of the information that's there, and there's about 1,585 pages outlining the fraud. And so Jenny Beth Martin went through it all and came up with some key points that are contained in the allegations of fraud. For instance, 2,560 felons voted in Georgia. They're not eligible. 66,247 underage voters voted in this election. So that would be, what, 15, 16, 17-year-olds? Mm-hmm. 66,000 of them? 2,423 votes from people not registered at all. 1,043 individuals registered at post office boxes. You live in a post office box? Oh, wow. You must be really tiny. 4,926 individuals who voted in Georgia after registering in another state. 395 individuals voted in 2 states. Obviously illegal. 15,700 votes from people who moved out of state before the election. 40,279 votes of people who moved without re-registering in their new county. 30 to 40,000 absentee ballots lacking proper signature, matching, and verification. The lawsuit also outlines violations of over 30 Georgia laws, codes, and includes affidavits from people. Sworn affidavits. So, you add all that up, it's by far...
How many people?
Over the margin.
Yeah, so the gap was 12,000.
My gosh.
Joe Biden
just
over
in one
Donald
of these
Trump.
things. Just in the 66,000 underage voters, you're there. Right? So it's well over 100,000. It's about 140, 150, 165,000. There's maybe 180,000 problems here.
Sounds very legit to me, YouTube. Sounds very legit. The election was totally on the up and up. YouTube,
completely legitimate.
I mean, YouTube.
Don't even worry about these
Don't need to pull this video down.
No.
I just want you to know.
We're not alleging fraud here.
Nope,
this is from Jenny Beth Martin, and we're just saying she's crazy.
Yeah, we're saying that these numbers are totally...
Hey, why shouldn't 10-year-olds vote? Mm-hmm. Okay? They got a stake in this election, too, don't they?
It's their America. They're
it's their
inheriting.
future. Mm-hmm. It's their future. Mm-hmm. Why shouldn't 10-year-olds vote?
I mean, do you have a reason? Can you articulate a reason?
Nope.
Done. And you wonder why Texas and 17 other states are suing Georgia and 3 other states at the Supreme Court. Be interesting to see how that plays out.
Well, for YouTube, that's because they're stupid.
Because they're stupid.
Yeah, they're stupid.
Texas.
I mean, I don't even know why they do that.
Want a legitimate vote. How dumb.
Absolutely no problems whatsoever with the election. Right? Am I right? That's pretty obvious. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Finish off the week. More on trivia.
Only on the Blaze Radio Network.